Jeff and Annette Walsh from Liberty Builders.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me here today. My name is Jeff Walsh. I am a state licensed general contractor. I've had my contractor's license for 18 years here in Florida. I moved up here from Delray Beach 12 years ago to start building mostly houses up in Port St. Lucie. I built 125 houses up there, and we were selling anywhere from 6 to 8 a month, and then went down to 0, and then up to 2, and then back to 0. So I had to come up with something different with the wife and 3 little boys at home. And so we just started remodeling, which is kind of similar to building new houses with a little more challenges. And then I opened up a cabinet company called Florida Cabinet Outlet. We're on Monterey Road in Stewart, next to the European Kitchen and Bath Outlet. So when we do remodeling, most of the cabinets will come from our store, which gives us an advantage on scheduling and cost for you guys. So we've done remodeling projects in probably every community in here, from small to full remodels. We just finished up in Mile Lake, where we're tearing down walls. And so some of the kitchen trends, and I think some people come into my store and they say, well, I don't want to spend $80,000 on a kitchen. It's not worth it. It's a condo. And basically, you don't have to spend that kind of money. It's a little less. If we're not tearing down walls, it's less dust and less trouble than you may think. We can get in and out of there with Granite in less than 2 weeks sometimes to update the kitchen. What new buyers are looking for as far as kitchen trends, about 60% of my cabinets are white. And the most popular right now is white shaker. So if you watch Home and Garden TV, any of that, you'll see mostly white. And the new material for countertops is quartz. The new color that is out now, besides white, is gray, light grays and medium color grays. So I have to talk some people into it because they think that gray is going to go out. But a lot of the designers that we work with now are really putting in a lot of grays into the kitchens. The cabinet features that we have that you'd be looking for should be plywood boxes, dovetail drawers so they're not glued and screwed together, soft close. All ours come with soft close glides and soft close doors. Again, the countertops, we're 70% of our business is in granite, 20% is in quartz, and we do about 10% of Corian. The reason we don't do more in quartz is sometimes the cost gets up there. We sell those by the full slab. So if your kitchen requires 1 slab and an extra 5 feet, we're purchasing 2 slabs, which basically means that you're purchasing 2 slabs. The granite, we just sell by the square foot because we'll keep reusing that same color granite over and over. Backsplashes. Most of the backsplashes would be a glass mosaic tile or white subway tile now. The other option is a 4-inch backsplash with granite. What buyers are looking for, because I talked to a lot of people in the showroom and I talked to people out in their houses, what buyers want is to open up the area. A lot of the, even in here, a lot of the kitchens are closed in. So what we're doing a lot of is cutting one wall halfway down and running a countertop over it, just so the people that are in the kitchen can speak to the people that are in the dining room. So we've done that. Almost in all the complete remodels, we definitely are taking a few walls down. In the bathrooms, what we're doing in Harbor Ridge quite a bit is in the tubs, there's a drop-down soffit. So we're removing most of those. We remove, if it's a tub, a lot of people are electing to go with a shower. So we're running tile all the way to the ceiling. We're taking out the tubs, and we're putting in a shower with frameless glass, new cabinets, and a new vanity. And then we basically will hang a mirror, like from Home Goods or something. It gives it a little bit different look than a regular mirror. And those are 3-week projects there. We are removing a lot of the cultured marble. I hear from a lot of people in here that they like the cultured marble because it's so easy to clean. It just is kind of dated looking. There is some products out there. The tile is a porcelain now, so it's not that hard to clean. Definitely frameless glass. And other trends that we're doing is on the floor, the biggest thing that we're doing right now is the tile that looks like wood. It's a porcelain tile and looks like wood, but you don't have the maintenance of wood. It's a little more expensive than a regular ceramic tile or porcelain, but it's definitely the new trend. Of course, the popcorn ceilings, we're moving most of that. Stainless appliances are still a trend. And other things that buyers are looking for is not having a popcorn ceiling on the ceiling there. And impact windows would be the other thing that people are really doing to upgrade their house. As far as you're not here probably during hurricane season, and if you got all impact windows, that would give you a leg up not to have to deal with that. So that's basically what mostly that we're doing here in Harbor Ridge. And I did bring my wife here. She has a company called Seacoast Home Inspection. So she mostly works with the buyers of the new units, but we've worked with a few people in Harbor Ridge here that are putting their house up on the market, and they want to know what kind of condition that this next inspector is going to find. So for Bill and Mary Newhouse, we inspected their home. They had a list. They brought me back in there. We fixed the whole list. So when they get a contract on their house, then that home inspector may find something, but he's not going to find a lot of trouble to, blow the deal for him. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. And here's my wife, Nanette.
Good morning. So we married 21 years, so I have my own business because if I want to stay married, I can't work with my husband. So, I have Seacoast Home Inspections. We are a local-owned company that we are licensed, insured, and bonded. We go in typically to do the home inspection before the home is sold. So typically when a house goes under contract between both sides, goes bilateral, then we go in and we inspect the home, and we inspect beginning on the outside. We do all of the exterior, the roof, and then we go inside. We do all of the rooms, and we do all of the systems. We do the electric, the air conditioning, the plumbing, and windows, doors, pretty much everything. It's a very soup to nuts inspection, and it's very, very thorough. Typically, it's done by the buyer, but as Jeff had mentioned, we do have some folks, if their house has been on the market a while or if they just have not had a lot of upkeep to it, a lot of folks will like to have a home inspection done prior to the sale so that they don't get any unexpected surprises. They don't want to go in there and then the buyer come back and say, you have to replace the AC. So if they can do some of these things preemptively before they go ahead and sell the house, it helps them because then they can also present the buyer with the home inspection so that the buyer does know that these things have been addressed and repaired. So we also do wind mitigations, which are the inspections that are done for insurance purposes to lower your homeowner's insurance on windstorm protection. And those are good for 5 years. So if you haven't had one done in the past 5 years, we can do those for you. And again, it will decrease your homeowner's insurance for windstorm protection significantly, especially if you have a newer roof since 2005 or 6, and you do have hurricane shutters or impact windows. You can see a very significant reduction in your homeowner's insurance just from an inspection that costs $125. So we've seen condominiums get a discount of up to $1,000 just for the inspection. The other inspection we do is a 4-point inspection, and this inspection is based on the age of the home. And so when someone buys a home that's over 30 years old, the insurance company is going to require what's called a 4-point inspection, and that's simply so that the underwriters are comfortable providing a policy to a home of that age, and they just want to know what the 4 points are: the roof, the AC, the plumbing, and the electric. So as long as all those 4 systems are in good working order, then they're happy to write a policy. So that's pretty much what we do. If you have any questions on home inspections, I'll be here all day and would love to talk to you. So thanks so much for having us.
Does anybody have a question that they'd like to ask? I must say that having done a renovation, the thing that I think made the biggest difference in our house was the impact windows. And you don't really think about it because they're expensive, and you think, really, why do I need them? We haven't had a hurricane in 7 years, unless we almost had one that went 10 miles out. But they are so quiet. And we all know that we love Harbour Ridge, but quiet it isn't. And you don't hear the lawnmowers, you don't hear the leaf blowers, and it keeps the dust out of your house. And so those 2 reasons for having impact windows I had really never ever thought about, but once we had them, it was startling to me that I actually could hear my husband, even when I didn't want to, because the house was so quiet. And I think that it's something that if you are thinking of doing a reno, it should be at the top of your list.